Okay, everybody, so we're here in Raseir. We don't need to go into the inn right away, but the Blue Parrot Inn does form sort of the focal piece of most of our business that we'll have here in Raseir, so we might as well go in there and see what's inside. There's really not much to do on our first day in Raseir except go into the inn anyway. Of all the gin joints in all the world, you had to walk into this one. A hush comes over the bar as people notice you and eye you sullenly.
Will you look at what crawled in from the desert? He's been out in the sun so long his hair has gone yellow.
Now, Wilmer, he is a stranger to our fair city. You wouldn't want to give the wrong opinion about the hospitality of Raseir. Come here, stranger. I see you have already made the acquaintance of Kaveen, our illustrious captain of the Raseirian Guard. So perhaps you already have an idea of Raseirian hospitality. Come here, sit down, and let us have a little chat, you and I.
Okay, well, who am I to refuse such an invitation? Let's go ahead and sit down.
If you don't mind me saying so, you look like a man with a mission. I like that in a man. But perhaps a word of caution. In a city such as Raseir, there are many depths to the problems. Do not try to change things here too quickly. You'll find that the system is not so bad once you get used to it. However, it would be very dangerous to try to alter that system. You might make enemies. Enough of such morbid thoughts, though. Perhaps we could share a drink in honor of our new relationship. Would you prefer a Raseirish coffee or a gin sling?
I'm going to go ahead with the coffee, just because I think that drinking alcohol at this point could only make things worse.
Ha ha ha! A most prudent decision upon your part. Wilmer, the coffee.
And the bartender brings us some coffee. Notice he's spilling about half the drink with each step.
Let us drink to our fortunate meeting.
Sure, let's drink. You drink the bitter, thick liquid. It has an odd, almost chemical taste. You feel strange for a few seconds, but the feeling passes. Ferrari starts to ask some very probing questions, but you evade most of them.
You are a very closed-mouthed individual. You handle your drink very well. I trust you will handle yourself in Raseir as well. We will reserve a room here for you tonight. You will need to return here before dark, for it is forbidden to be out at night. Join me this evening and we will talk some more. I have some information which may prove useful to you. I will see you later. I have some thinking to do now.
Okay. So this is Signor Ferrari, the man who was briefly mentioned to us by Dinarzad and who we were told not to trust. Although if you couldn't guess that just by his demeanor, then you probably haven't been to too many slums. But yes, the huge man has a very jovial expression as he proceeds to swat a fly with the tail of some sort of animal. Over here we have the bartender. The man glares back at you. This is not the face you associate with bartenders. It reminds you more of Bruno from Spielberg. Definitely not a man to mess with. And around the bar there are some tables. The table is broken and wobbly. The table is cracked and worn. The table is stained and marred. And the table is also stained and marred. The game ran out of bleak adjectives. The drapes must have been very beautiful ones. And over here we have the Blue Parrot. It is an ex-parrot. It had one too many, that is to say one gin sling. Actually, it's just pining for the fjords. This is, of course, a reference to the famous Dead Parrot Monty Python skit. The shelf contains several types of glassware, each of which appears to be supporting several types of bacteria. You see a customer enjoying his drink, and you see a customer near the bar. Okay, that's our introduction to the Blue Parrot Inn. So let's go outside for a bit and see what we can see. Actually, what time is it? It's mid-afternoon. Yeah, there's not much to do around here in Raseir while you're waiting. Let's go take a quick walk down the street here. Let's see. These street names are pretty funny. If you look at the street names, some of them are quite amusing. There is a sign up the street to the right which reads, "Rules must be obeyed, follow the system." Another sign up the street to the left reads, "You are being watched." The sign on your street reads, "You must carry your visa at all times." What's this street called? Oh, that's also the same street. You must carry your visa at all times. What about this one? There's a sign up the street to the right which reads, "It is forbidden to be on the streets at night." And the sign on your street reads, "You must carry your visa at all times." Alright. This is the Fountain Plaza, folks. Notice that the Fountain Plaza doesn't have much of a fountain in it. The cracked and dry fountain is a pitiful sight. Also, notice these windows. Notice how most of the windows have bars on them, like this one. This window was manufactured by MS Window Company. Obviously a pun on Microsoft Windows. But check out this window. It's got no bars. It's the window of Kavin's house. Oh, that's interesting. Bars. Let's see. I'm waiting for sunset to be approaching because there's really nothing else to do except go back to the Blue Parrot Inn and when it's the end of the day. So come on. I wish time would pass a little faster. Let's see. We can go outside. By order of Kavin, you are not allowed to leave the city without showing your visa, yellow-haired dog. Your papers are in order. You may pass. Alright. Yeah, I mean, there's not much out here, though. I mean, we have a Saurus and all that, but there's absolutely nothing out here in the desert outside. The Saurus is an amazing beast. This steed must have remained at the gate awaiting your future need while you carried on your business in Raseir. Yeah, the Saurus is pretty loyal, but I mean, there's absolutely nothing out here in the deserts outside Raseir except monsters. So if you want to do some monster fighting, you can come out here. Yeah, I guess I've got the stats for it. My stats are looking pretty good, but I mean, I don't need anything from the monsters now. All you can really get from the monsters is money. And I have too much money. I mean, I'm burdened down. I mean, look at this nonsense. I've got like way more weight than I can carry. I'm burdened down with all the Donatus and Centimes I have already. Okay, sunset approaches, so it's time to go back to the Blue Parrot Inn.
Wait a minute. Visa, please.
Your papers are in order. By order of Kavin, you must have a pleasant stay. That's nice. I've been ordered to have a pleasant stay in Raseir. That's going to be tough to do. Okay, let's return to the Blue Parrot Inn and see what's going on. Oh, things get lively here at night.
Come join me here, my dear sir. You are still a novelty in Raseir, and I take a vested interest in all things new. It is time we discuss some things together, you and I.
Before we do that, let me check these other people. That's the table. I want to look at the guy. This patron looks to have enjoyed the house specialty, the gin sling, to excess. These two look like they belong and enjoy being in dark alleys. Okay. Of which there are probably several in Raseir. Okay, let's sit down and join Signor Ferrari.
I wish to tell you a story, a fable that has a moral. How you choose to react to this moral is your own life. As you well know, the old Emir was deposed last year and his brother took over the palace. Raseir used to be a place with very few laws and restrictions, a place where the streets were filled with people and merchants and water flowed free from the fountain. That's definitely no longer the case for that poor fountain. That has changed with the coming of Kavin and his master. A new order has been established. The weak have perished or fled. Only the strong who adapted remain. Those that could not adapt were destroyed. You are strong, but it remains to be seen how adaptable you are. It would be a great shame for you to wind up in Kavin's dungeon. Enough of that for now. I have someone I would like you to meet. Ugarte, I would like to introduce you to Late Blight.
I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. I have heard much about you already.
Ugarte here provides an invaluable service to this community. He obtains for others things which are otherwise unattainable.
For a nominal fee, of course.
It seems he has some information for you.
A rumor, perhaps, that may influence your actions. I'll be happy to share such information for, say, 5 dinars.
Okay. Let's pay Ugarte. Go ahead.
Kavin has sent the word out to his men that you are to be watched at all times. It seems that, someone is very interested in your actions.
Someone with a capital S.
You should be aware that Kavin does not usually greet strangers at the gate. You were expected.
Why would he take an interest?
There is the little matter of a prophecy to be fulfilled, and this one may be the one.
Oh, I know Kung Fu.
I suspected before that you were a very dangerous man to have around, Late Blight. It seems I am correct. Still, it will be very interesting to see how this game plays out. You may stay tonight in the first room past the door on the left.
Okay. One thing I should do while I'm talking to these two gentlemen is make the thief sign. You place your thumb on your nose. Yeah, same thing as before. We won't show that any of that here in order not to embarrass those people with tender sensibilities.
Ah, when I first saw you, I said to myself, there is a man who knows how to play the game. I appreciate that in a man. Know this, though. I am the Thieves' Guild around here.
If you have no further need of me, sir, there are thirsty customers in need of my wares.
Oh, wait, tell me about your wares. Oh, he got away. You got it to sell as water, in case you need some, but actually, I think I have a full water skin anyway. Oh, I have a mostly full water skin. Yeah, that's no big deal. I'm not going to worry about it. I think it'll last. Okay, I better stop this video here because I'm out of time, but we'll have a little bit more business to conduct in Raseir. I'll see you later, folks. Ta-ta for now.